What's going on, everyone? So a ton of talk of Kevin Durant potentially being traded this offseason. Obviously, the Phoenix Suns were looking to shop him during the trade deadline. He was aware. He even talked about, hey, that's basically how it goes type of thing. I believe that, yes, he'll probably be on the move. I think Phoenix is making the wrong decision trading him. I think if Phoenix really wants to turn it around, they're going to have to trade Devin Booker. They have to. I know Phoenix Suns fans don't want to hear that, but at the end of the day, do you want a chance to win championships, or do you want to just have Devin Booker and be terrible and be a play-in team every year? Because that's what you're going to be, right? It's unfortunate because you're not going to be able to trade Bradley Beal, right? You're just not. He has no trade clause, clearly doesn't want to be traded, right? Kevin Durant is not going to yield the return necessary to better round out and fit this roster, and you still have the major redundancy. The issue isn't Kevin Durant. The issue is Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. It's why, as soon as they made that trade, I was on here making videos about how this is going to be a disaster and they're going to be terrible, and they just basically ruined their chance of winning a championship. And people told me I was crazy, and now we're 2 years in, and guess what? They're still awful, and they're not going to get any better. They're not going to magically fix their issues with a bunch of random role guys on vet minimums, right? It's not how this is going to work. It's not how it's going to happen. And if you trade Kevin Durant, yeah, you probably get a piece or two that makes some sense, but you're still going to have that redundancy with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. Unless you clear that redundancy, it's not going to happen. And Devin Booker would give you the best return. So now you have something where you could do Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. Those are your two primary offensive weapons. Bradley Beal's going to be the guy that's still going to give you 23, 5, and 5, right? Because now he won't be that redundancy. He won't be coming off the bench or anything like that. But you can also use Devin Booker to get the defensive pieces and get the versatility that you need, right? I would hit up Houston and go get a bunch of young, athletic, versatile wings, right? Because again, you need shooting and defense and size and athleticism, and that's what they need. Houston would probably sell the farm to go get Devin Booker, probably get a bunch of picks, bunch of young players, right? If you do something like that, well, now you're in a position to where now you have Devin Booker, Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, go get, 2, 3-and-D wings to put around Nick Richards, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal, and you're just much more depth, much more athletic, much more versatile, right? That's probably your best chance, unless you can get kind of more of that interior presence guy. It's just, at the end of the day, the options for the Suns aren't great, but your one chance to really kind of reshape your roster is with Devin Booker, because you get the best return. You get the most value out of that, right? Beyond that, because you're not going to be able to fix the main issue, which is Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, unless you can convince Bradley Beal to, hey, yeah, fine, get me out of here, right? Trade me somewhere, or find that team where he's that's the team I want to go to. But that team still has to want to trade him or trade for him, and they still have to want to give up the assets that make sense to trade him, right? It's just, Phoenix is in such a terrible position. They're in such a terrible spot, right? I do think that they've done a nice job of just getting kind of pieces that make sense, right? I think of Nick Richards as somebody that I talked about from the beginning they needed. They didn't need a Yusuf Nurkic, right? That was the last thing they needed. They didn't, I understand they were trying to kind of use him, right? Because he can make plays, kind of poor man Jokic. But again, you didn't need that. You needed between Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you had your offense. You had the two guys that could go and get you 50 to 60 a night. You needed the complementary players and pieces. You needed a 3-and-D guard, just that point of attack, versatile two-way guard, right? You needed a 3-and-D wing, or a big physical interior kind of power forward, like an Aaron Gordon would have been great, right? Just somebody come to mind. Obviously, Denver's not going to trade him, but somebody like that, right? And then go get a Nick Richards, somebody that can just rebound, get you putbacks, right? Block shots at the rim, right? Just a dirty work center. That's all they really needed. And they'd probably be one of the best teams in the league, right? Admit health, right? Health is a big factor. But if Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are healthy, you're one of the best teams, right? And it's not that big threes can't work. Big threes can absolutely work. But the big three has to make sense, right? Look at every big three throughout history that's had success. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. All three guys played different positions. All three guys had different skill sets. All three guys had the ability to adapt and kind of maximize their strengths, right? Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron, right? All three guys could play different positions, had different skill sets. Yes, they were like Dwayne Wade and LeBron had some redundancies, but they also still did different things and played different positions and did it effectively, right? LeBron could play any position on the court, right? So you didn't have this redundancy. Where you look at a Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, neither are skilled enough as playmakers to properly play the point guard, and neither are really big enough to properly slide over and play the three. So again, you don't have that versatility in your lineup, right? Go to Kyrie, Kevin Love, LeBron. Again, same thing. Even Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Why did that work? Because Steph and Klay are arguably scarier off ball than they are on ball. And they don't need to dribble the ball and be on ball to be effective, right? And Kevin Durant can play that style too, and he's so efficient, right? Also, Kevin Durant was a very good defender at that stage, right? Kevin Love was a very good defender at that stage, right? Or Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was a very good defender at that stage, right? Like, you had the defense, and then Draymond was just that Swiss Army knife, do everything, top defender in the league, right? That can also make plays and be your kind of point guard for you while the other guys play off ball, and now you have to like pick your poison. Who do you want to defend, right? Like, it made sense. Looking at a Phoenix Suns team, it's why I knew from the jump it wasn't going to work, because it didn't make sense. It was pointless. It was like, that was the last thing you needed was Bradley Beal, right? Like, you already have a better version in Devin Booker, right? Like, you didn't need another poor man version. Poor man's probably inaccurate, because I do think Bradley Beal in the right situation is a 25-5-5 guy still, right? I think Wizards Bradley Beal is still in there. We've seen that spots like when guys are out, Devin Booker's out or Kevin Durant's out, right? We've seen him be able to kind of flip that switch, but he's just not going to be able to be that as long as Devin Booker's on this roster, right? Because they have to play the same position, and that's the difference. I think trading Kevin Durant is not the move. I think trading Devin Booker is the move. Problem is, I think Phoenix Suns fans you can already see it, right? I think Phoenix Suns fans would rather be a play-in team every year and keep Devin Booker than trade Devin Booker and be a legit title contender, right? Like, that's the problem. And you have to trust that this front office and the Suns organization can get the right pieces in a trade for Devin Booker, because you don't want picks and stuff. Like, you're not looking to like, oh, hey, let's do a rebuild if you're trading Devin Booker. No, you're looking to get the pieces to try to elevate you enough to contend. And you're banking on Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant being those two guys offensively. You just need the dirty work, hustle guys, those versatile kind of two-way wings and stuff like that. So if I was them, I'd be trying to get like a huge haul, right? Let them keep Şengün, let them keep Green, all those. Like, fine, you can keep those guys, trade them elsewhere, whatever. Or if you can get a third team that maybe you can get another piece or something like that. Whatever you have to do, you need to get like those 3-and-D. You need like an Eason, you need like guys like that, just like big, physical, long, athletic, versatile wings that can slot in, kind of take the pressure off of those guys, be your point of attack, be all those things, and then go get, these like just versatile. Like, can you get a Min, right? Like, get him, slot him at the 4 next to a Nick Richards, right? So now you got Thompson, you got Richards, you got Durant, you got Devin Booker, and then just go get that point of attack, two-way guard, get a couple just of their wing and size, even a Cam Whitmore, I think, would make some sense, and give you a young piece to kind of build around. Can you get Whitmore and Eason to like pair? Because again, talk about Devin Booker. Now you just have like that versatility off the bench. Keep guys like Royce O'Neal, right? Like the dirty work, hustle play guys. You got that, get that two-way, 3-and-D style point guard that can just initiate. You don't need Chris Paul out there. You just need somebody that can bring the ball up, defend, and then switch up, right? Like, or even if you can get kind of like a versatile two-way kind of wing that can initiate, right? Like, things like that. I mean, Devin Booker could even be, or not Devin Booker, Bradley Beal could do that if you needed it to, right? Like, that's kind of what I'd be looking to do. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Either way, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Do you think, yes, like Devin Booker is the only way out of this mess? Or do you think, like, no, trade Kevin Durant? I just don't see you getting the return for Durant at this stage of his career to fix the issue, and you're still going to have the redundancy. Even if you get the right pieces, right? you still have that redundancy. I just don't think that that works. You're still going to be undersized. You're still, like, what, you're going to bring Bradley Beal off the bench? Okay, like, sure. But again, now it's just Devin Booker, who's your sole guy in the starting unit responsible for everything. I just don't think that that's going to work. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.